Warriors, rise. They warned you what was coming, Warriors, and I'm going to break it down for you. I'm going to show you facts, figures, numbers, logic. My name is Coach JB. I am the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. Remember, what you believe in your heart, you think in your mind, will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. And as we unconsciously walk around on this place called Earth, we are being blasted by these, what would you call it? False narratives, which I'll break that down for you. I'm just being very careful what I say because I want to make sure I speak in parables so my information will stay up there. I'm going to break it down for you, what Jerome Powell said last year, and I'm going to show you exactly what's happening. Now, remember, Warriors, in the 1900s, we moved into an industrial area. The people who owned the land were the richest people in the world. And then the people who owned the buildings, the gas, the oil, the cars that were coming out, right? The people that invest in the infrastructure, the technology, or the industry that built those cars, that built those factories. Now we're moving into those who own the data are going to be the richest people in the world. And unfortunately, it takes tragedy and war to move the people, because you can move people through fear much quicker than you can move them through abundance. If you want to join the best warrior academy in the world, click the link down below in the description or go to 3twarrior.com. What is it? You get access to my crypto team where you can meet all of them right here watching the Good Morning Crypto Show. I have a team of 13 people that help me run my Warrior Academy worldwide. We come together with an ecosystem with over 130 crypto courses. What is it? How to do it, and an example. You get access to my exact portfolio, our exit strategies, and we're adding a lot more functionality within there. You also get access to my 120-day challenge where I show you how I got my shit together in the worst economic times in the world. So let's go ahead and get this kicked off, Warriors. Again, first of all, I want to apologize. I've been traveling around. I literally have an hour stint in Arizona. I just came home real quick. I'm doing this YouTube video because I got great internet and audio here, and then I'm running over to my parents' house. They have my son, grabbing my son, and then we're heading to California. So I live a completely freedom lifestyle. I take my laptop, my microphone, just drop my daughter off, washing clothes, repacking, and boom, we're heading out to Cali to go to Legoland. So I'll be in San Diego in about 6 hours. So let's get this video kicked off. So first, we're going to watch this video from Jerome Powell, and then we're going to talk about it. I'm going to narrate you through it. Say it's going to be a shorter video, but I want to walk you through what's happening. I'm just trying to give you the 30,000-foot overview so you don't get caught in the micro. Remember, I'm a long-term investor. I'm investing in cryptocurrencies like CRO, which is low barrier to entry, which is an app. VChain, which is supply chain management, XRP, which is distributed ledger technology for the commercial side of it, right? You look at XLM, which is peer-to-peer networks. You look at Quant, which is connecting 2.0 to Web 3.0. These are some hints of my portfolio. I'm a fundamental investor in cryptocurrency, and I teach people to do the long-term strategy. I also hedge my insurance policy. I lost everything after I left corporate America and spent $150,000 of my own money to build the Warrior Academy. And I've already regained all my wealth back in regards to what I lost being an executive. And I've also set myself up for retirement better than I ever would by having $1 million in my 401k by hedging an insurance product. But anyways, that's not what you're here to learn, but I'm literally taking you step by step with what I'm doing in the Warrior Academy. So let's go ahead and kick this off. We're going to listen to this video first, then I'm going to narrate it for you.
Not going back to the same economy. This will be a different economy.
Okay, I'm going to play that one more time. He told you guys. He told you. He told you.
We're not going back to the same economy. This will be a different economy. And one of the things we hear from companies is that they've spent a lot of time since the pandemic arrived looking at ways to have more effective technology and perhaps fewer people. So you're going to see some of that in these public-facing jobs. So there will be millions of people who have a hard time finding their way back into the workforce and recovering the lives that they had just a year ago. And, I think it would be appropriate for us to continue to support those people. The recovery, though, here remains uneven and incomplete. The burden is still falling on lower income workers. The unemployment rate in the bottom quartile is still 20%. There's still 8.5 million people out of work. And this unevenness that we're talking about is a very serious issue. Viruses are no respecters of borders, and until the world really is vaccinated, we're all going to be at risk of new mutations, and we won't be able to really resume activity with confidence when people are out of work for a long period of time. The record shows empirically that their whole economic lives, and frankly, their broader lives as human beings, can be damaged even permanently. So we want to avoid that. And I would say we have avoided
Okay, so he just said it. So people's lives can be damaged empirically. Think about that for just a moment. So the C word brought everybody to their knees, literally brought people to their knees. So what they did is they pumped a bunch of stimulus into the economy. That stimulus money, if you look up the Cantillon effect, goes to the top of the house. That stuff is disseminated across these companies, which I'm going to show you what zombie companies are at the end. These companies innovate. They invest in innovative technology. They're working to get rid of actual people. They're putting you on Zoom calls. They're shutting down their physical buildings. Retail shops are going to get crushed. And as you get these really good pay raises last year, or you get all this stimulus, then what they do is they bring you to the knees and then boom, they smack you to the ground. And here's what's happening in 2022. So you had the worst pandemic in our human history, our living history, not human history, in our living history. As we look this way, they shift us into a technology narrative this way, right? I'm going to keep taking you guys down this rabbit hole because my team is doing a great job of covering the crypto news, but this is what I'm really good at, Warriors. This is how I make my investment. Linked with my crypto team, okay, where they look at the crypto, we look at all the different technologies. We're researching all day, and I look at the macro and microeconomics, and we make decisions together on how to manage into this quantum financial system. So despite higher wages, inflation, this is in January. Inflation gave the average worker a 2.4% pay cut last year. This is in January, Warriors. We're in March now, and look what's happening with gas prices and your food. You're literally, as you're sitting and you're just over broke your job, as you're sitting there, the 401k that you're stacking money into, in an overvalued stock market, and that paycheck hourly that you're getting every day you sit there, every minute you sit there, you'll become less valuable. Think about that. Here's why. United States food inflation. Look at this, Warriors. That was in January, 2.4%. Look at the inflation for food. Now remember, Russia and Ukraine are the largest producers of wheat. There's a whole thing going on right here, Warriors. There's a food narrative going on, food shortages. As they move us into 2030, they're going to start to engineer your food. Certain people own the most land here in America. Certain countries own the most land in America, and it's not America. Think about that. They're going to be moving you into genetically engineered, to be the right thing, engineered food, right? Engineered food, gas, solar, wind. Companies that do not get their carbon credits will not be getting funding, I promise you. But look at this, Warriors, since October. So he made that announcement. I think this was, let's look back here. So this was April 2021, okay? They were saying that he is worried about the middle class, right? They're coming back to a new economy leveraged towards technology. Who's going to get wiped out? Retail companies, ma and pa. And because a lot of them are living off stimulus right now, but look at how much food has gone up since he made that announcement on April 2021. April 2021, 2.4%. Right now, in February, almost 7.9%. So as you sit in your job, working for someone else, pushing really hard for someone else, you literally are getting a pay cut every single month. And let me just jump on and dogpile on. I'm trying to motivate you, Warriors. I'm trying to motivate you. And I'm going to give you some tips at the end of this, okay? Record gas prices hit working class Americans with inflation already surges. So now you can't even put goddamn gas in your car. You can't afford to feed your family. They're giving you these measly pay raises, right? And you're sitting in your job and you're just like, what the hell am I going to do? I'm going to share with you what I would be doing right now at the end of this, okay? Time Magazine. We know Time Magazine was purchased by the top CRM company, Salesforce CEO. Time Magazine is working to move the baby boomers into cryptocurrency, which is the largest wealth holders of wealth, right? That money is flooding down to us in the cryptocurrency space at some point, okay? Now, Time Magazine said millions of Americans have lost jobs in the pandemic, and robots and AI are replacing them faster than ever. It is one of the biggest shifts in our technological age as we sit here today, Warriors. And I'm going to bring up zombie companies, and I'm going to take some time to talk to you heart to heart in what I would be doing right now. Because I know when you watch this, you're like, oh shit, I'm sitting in my job. What do I do? But I'm going to share with you exactly what I did. And I'm going to invite you into the Warrior Academy because that's how we help people, Warriors. You got to be around a community, but you need to understand what zombie companies are. This happened in 1980s to 1990s in Japan. there was so much stimulus pumped into the economy that what happens is there's a lot of companies right now surviving because there's so much stimulus money pumping in the economy. People are going to be getting massive tax returns if they were self-employed. So there's a lot of false narratives. We just came back from Miami, me and my daughter. It was weird to see all these Lamborghinis, and I know people were renting those cars. It's expensive to rent those cars, and there was people just like balling out. It was weird. It was like interesting, and to me, that told me there's a lot of stimulus money. When the stimulus money was pumping, there's a lot of people in Vegas that normally wouldn't be out there partying, and I'm like, just like it's like the economy's collapsing right now because there's the reason why it's financial acumen. They haven't been trained, just like I wasn't. I'm speaking to myself. I wasn't trained properly around money as I grew up. I grew up in a impoverished state of mind, not poverty, but a impoverished state of mind, right? So when I got money, I lost all my money. When I got money, I spent all my money. When I got money, I didn't know how to save money. So after I lost it 3 times, I finally figured it out the 3rd time. I got my shit together. I moved back in with my parents. I said, give me a year and a half. I'm going to study what the billionaires are doing. And now, as I sit, here's my advice. Let me just break this down for you guys, okay? Let me bring myself up on the screen, full screen. Okay. So here's what I did. Okay, number one is I got my shit together. If you have the opportunity to maybe combine, maybe move in with your parents, I know this sounds weird, but this is not a game right now, Warriors. This is not a game. If you have the opportunity to downsize your home and sell it in this market and maybe get into an apartment or something smaller, just hear me out on this. Hear me out on this. And start to get an investment mindset. What I did was I went through a divorce. I moved back in with my parents. I could have gone and got a place, but I decided to go move back in with my parents. I hunkered down for a year and a half. I looked my mom in the eyes and said, I am going to be financially free in a year and a half. And I followed the Gary Vee strategy. I started flipping vacuums. Anything I could do. I drove Uber. I flipped vacuums. I did anything I could to earn an extra dollar, and I invested in it. And of course, I was investing in a speculative asset, but crypto is down right now. It was way down when I was investing in it. And every time I would make some money in cryptocurrency, I would take the profits and I would reinvest it into another cryptocurrency, or I'd put it into a fundamental cryptocurrency. And I just kept this process going. The richest man in Babylon. When I got profit, I put it into another thing that would create profit. And slowly and surely, $10 became 20, 20 became 30, 10,000 became 100,000. And now I have a nice asset portfolio. Asset portfolio went up to almost $1 million, then it came down a little bit. But think about that. 2 years ago, little over 2 years ago, coming up on 3 years now, I was broke. I had lost everything. And now I have a very robust asset portfolio. I've already got my insurance set up, which hedges against this shitty 401k. I already will have more in retirement income than I ever would as an executive, making a ton of money, putting money in my shitty 401k. So now I have my retirement set. This happened in 4 years after leaving corporate America. Got my retirement set. I got my cryptocurrency bag set, and I'm holding long term. I know I'll be wealthy off those cryptocurrency bags. Okay. And also, I have equity in 9 companies. Not all are producing revenue. We have 3 that are producing revenue. And I'm making over 7 figures, well over 7 figures now off of these companies, because I did the opposite of everybody else. As everybody looked this way, I got an insurance product that was opposite than what everybody else was doing this way. As everybody was saying cryptocurrency is a fraud, I invested in a speculative asset. I did the opposite of what every single sheep out there was doing. And I watched what the billionaires were doing, not what they were saying. So that's what the Warrior Academy is about. You're around like-minded people working together into the quantum financial system so you don't get fudded in, so you don't get fudded out. As I said, get to know, like, and trust us first. Watch the Good Morning Crypto Show. That's my team. You're going to start to get access to my team more. I didn't build this by myself. It was by myself for a while, and we built this whole team from the inside. I have 13 people. Germany, we have Canada, we have people all over the United States that are part of my ecosystem and team, and we're a revolutionary academy that's helped 4,000 people worldwide get into this quantum financial system, and most of all, get your shit together. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, access to my portfolio, revolutionary exit strategy that we developed. We're actually developing an exit strategy app right now. We have so many things going on, Warriors. This is the greatest time in human history. And I want to say I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you so much for all those who have been loyal followers. And I want to say my apologies for the last couple of days in regards to the audio and stuff. Horrible internet access, but I'm never going to stop posting videos. I'll do the best I can to get you information. But I do live a freedom lifestyle. I don't answer. For example, you guys know my flights got delayed. All our flights got canceled for 2 days. I didn't have to call a boss. I called my team, said, guys, I'm not going to be home for a week. Cool. We got you, boss. I'm working. Came down here. I'm in Arizona for 2 hours. Boom. Doing a video. Boom. I'm back on a plane to San Diego. You can live this freedom lifestyle, Warriors. If you have knowledge in your head, you can create things to help people grow. please continue to follow. We're going to continue to help you. My goal is to free all of you guys, and I want to meet all of you guys someday. And I love you very, very much. As we always say, always say, warriors, rise, get your shit together. I got to get to the airport. Love you guys.